achieved with a little bit of work in the roof. So, when I buy real estate, I like to do a checklist. So I've done a checklist for you in case you've been too busy. And I'll quickly whip through those, and then we'll get underway. So what's on your back doorstep? There are 3 cafes within a 2-minute walk. One will become your favourite. There is the Westmere Butcher, world famous in Auckland, for his snarlers and his beautiful Wagyu steaks. Glengarry Wines sits just across to grab the Pinot to enjoy that lovely steak. Sitting between Glengarry's is 2 dairies. That's high availability. If one's closed, you'd hope the other would be open. There's the chemist for the Panadol if you've had too much of the Pinot. And if you don't want to cook at all, there's a ready roast and there's the obligatory takeaway bar. So what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen, the necessities are on your back doorstep. Just quickly about the schools, 10 minutes up the road is Westmere Primary, has just been completely renovated. Through the creek, you get to Pasadena Intermediate, and right next door to it is Western Springs College, which has a budget of $75 million issued this year by the Ministry of Education for a complete and utter rebuild. And just before we kick it off, there's 4 more things I need to tell you about, and I call them the jewels in the crown. Number 1, Auckland Zoo, within a 10-minute walk from this property. Take your monkeys to see their monkeys. And Mr. Lyons, he's always willing to see you. Secondly, there is the beautiful grassy knolls of the Western Springs, the beautiful lake, the geese, the ducks, hopefully they don't come too at you ferociously for the bread, and it's a good way to spend a Friday night and start the weekend. Thirdly, MOTAT, planes, trains and automobiles. You know, it's a difficult situation. You take your kids there and you have to explain to them that the history books got it wrong and it wasn't the Wright brothers. In fact, it was Richard Pearce who had the first powered flight in New Zealand. And then lastly, but you can't forget these people because they're always about, the petrol heads. Western Springs Stadium, confirmed to be there for the next decade. This is where every Christmas the skippies jump the ditch, the Americans take the long haul across the Pacific to beat us in our own backyard to become king of the Springs. So ladies and gentlemen, with the petrol heads in mind, it's time to start your engines, it's time to start your bidding. Who'd like to start me away? Oh good, we're stalled on the line. 500. Oh, jump start, marvellous. 500 and welcome to the bidding. At 500 we have one in the race. I'm looking for an improvement of 25. I'm at 5 1/4, thank you sir, 525.